looks like everybody's in. We can start with our little summary of what happened last time.
All right.
I think it started with us like basically splitting off from the caravan.
Yep.
And when we split off, we came across an abandoned Templar, like kind of like a forward operating base, or just like kind of like a little base watchtower. Yeah. And it had been like ransacked and destroyed, and we decided to clear it out and then sleep there for the night. And then we got attacked by
a bunch of assassins. Well,
yeah, they were assassins, but they were former, like Foreign Legion, or like either Foreign Templar or former Foreign Legion that spoke Provençal, which is the same language.
Mercenaries, I guess.
Yeah, I guess like mercenaries, but I think it was like kind of implied that they may have been former like Templars or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember.
A couple of us got stabbed.
Yep.
But then before they came in to finish us off, did they recognize Faraj?
It looked like, the leader looked at Faraj and then called his troops off.
Yeah, they pulled back and didn't finish us off, and they disappeared without a trace, basically.
Yep.
So then the next morning after we tend to our wounds and everybody is taken care of, the next morning we set out again, and we run into, it looks like an overturned wagon, and there's people standing who appear to be around it. So Faraj and myself go to take a closer look, and we find a bunch of deformed people kind of crawling around eating the corpses of other dead people who appeared to be, I guess, killed beforehand in some kind of attack, and they were just basically feeding on their carcasses.
Yeah.
Right, and they were Templars.
Could it be assumed? I guess we never made the inference during the gameplay, but could it have been assumed that those were the Templars from the Watchtower, or maybe just completely unrelated?
It's impossible to say.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, because
anyway,
because they were wearing tatters of Arab-like clothing, these misshapen men. But the bodies.
No, I meant the people that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the people that were getting eaten.
Yeah, they certainly could have been. It's impossible to say for sure though.
Right. Sorry, Cheese.
Anyway, they were I guess there's always been children's stories of devils in this desert eating on corpses and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, demons and
what are they called?
Jinn.
Yeah. So anyway, we kind of steered clear of them. They didn't really seem to mind us anyway if we didn't get too close. And then we might have spent another night, or maybe not.
No, that was on your way.
Yeah.
And then you arrived.
We arrived in, what's the name of the place?
There's a hint right there.
Croc de la Spatal.
Yeah. If someone else wants to take over from there.
We went in, looked around, and we were directed towards a tent to find what was his name? Gamesha, something.
Geshem.
Geshem the alchemist.
So we went to this tent, was empty, and we asked around a little bit, but right after that, a younger woman showed up and told us that he was her father and that he had been taken. We worked with her and found out about a stable boy who was also loyal to Geshem, who would help us kind of get into the main castle area and get to Geshem. We had to go through the refuse chutes to get into the keep proper, and
hell yeah,
got a little stinky on the way.
Hell yeah.
We found the stable boy, and due to some critical luck, we were able to get past the guards with directions and keys and everything.
Yeah, because normally you're not supposed to allow like that, but it was too funny not to.
That's right.
Like
the rule of cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Or funny.
Yeah, for me it's both. It's always both.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our friend Geshem had not made it.
Yeah.
No.
There was another former Templar, I guess, that was in the same cell as him. And he seemed a little bit skittish, a little odd.
Very.
What did we get from that interaction?
I mean, you found out that he was stubborn and like basically that you would have to kind of use what he had apparently given you guys on the briefing to kind of figure it out yourselves. Though Nuzhat, his daughter, was able to tell you something that he had told her that was able to help, which was look to the bowl.
That's right.
Okay, right.
Gave us a clue about the star sign puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. And basically, she told you that as a Zoroastrian, she needed to bring his body to a dakhma, and she wanted you to help once you had retrieved the what you were looking for.
All right. So we made our way to the library, and that is where we discovered the star sign puzzle. We had to kind of reorient the things to show the Taurus constellation. And that opened a little hallway into a reality-bending room with what we know as modern items mixed with other older items. And we found the codex, but I was cut by the codex when I tried to grab it. And it fell and popped open, and a weird inverted pyramid looking box popped out as well.
Yep. Also, you could hear something like rattling inside that box.
And I think Semlin took the book in the box.
Yep.
And Pascaut started to experience some issues once we got out of the keep.
That book was poisoned.
Yep. And Nuzhat told you that she would be able to cure you if you helped her. She would cure you of your ailment if you accompanied her to bring her father to
the dakhma.
in the eastward Hamimah.
Hamimah.
Yeah, and
All right, and then we were on the way there, and Pascal's condition continued to worsen as the poison spread up his arm, and he started to get really cold.
Was that before or after she put this, like, the temporary salve on?
She did put the salve on, and it kind of helped, but it's still just getting worse.
Yeah, it didn't really do anything. Yeah.
And then Pascal discovered that if he touches the book and is close to it, it relieves his coldness and pain. So he's been getting very friendly with someone.
Yes, overly friendly.
Yeah. Also, Semelin opened the Restoration Codex and looked at the still preserved pages, since most of the actual like pages had been removed to make room for that kind of box. But yeah.
I wish I had a book safe.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what I'd hide in it though.
you'd figure out something.
You can put your weed in there, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, totally awesome, bro. But yeah, so you guys slept overnight. You kind of camped overnight, probably about halfway there. And yeah, so yeah, you also found or I forget if we. Oh yeah, we did. You guys, about halfway there, you guys saw 3 crosses stuck into the ground in a rocky area.
That's right. Yeah.
The desecrated graves of 3 Christian soldiers, with the holes teeming with beetles and centipedes burrowing their way into and out of the corpse's wounds and natural orifices.
Yeah, didn't we rebury them?
Yes, it only took a few minutes, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that's where we left off. And allow me to bring that back. So
The scene opens up with me saying, "The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, Amen," and me and Pascal rise to our feet after reburying the knights.
Pascal struggles a bit to get up.
I help him up.
So you're already halfway there. You could make it to Hamimah by the evening.
I asked Pascal, "Do you think you'll be able to make the ride?"
I am all right.
All right, well, let me help you up on your horse.
It is good that I cannot feel this heat outside. It looks positively sweltering.
Actually,
You are blessed in that manner.
you have actually all noticed that it's actually colder than it should be.
Uh-oh.
And the sky is overcast. But
Looks
anyways,
like a storm is coming through. Strange for this region, but
The
when
rainy
storms
season
hit-
isn't for months.
True, but when the storms hit, they are very brutal. Must
We
be
may have
safe.
to keep an eye on this and look out for shelter along the way.
Agreed.
okay. So you guys.
Semelin, Sasha, are you ready?
Yes, we should move quickly.
Indeed. Prepare, for we will leave as soon as possible.
Oh, is everyone already up?
Get up, old man. We're leaving.
No bother.
So, you guys, after a couple hours of riding, still traveling east, still overcast, still colder than you'd think, than any of you would expect, like, for this region. Not by, like, you know, not like, you know, oh my god, it's freezing, but, like, definitely noticeable.
Just not sweltering.
Yeah, not sweltering, but, like, a little bit cool. Like, you can... Sometimes, like, you can get a little bit of, like, goosebumps from, like, because you normally wouldn't be exposed to this kind of temperature, so you're not exactly well equipped for it. But, you guys, arrive, and allow me to, bring you there.
What a dakhma actually looks like.
Yep, and funnily enough, when you
That's
look up
cool.
dakhma on Google Images, this is
That's the picture.
Yep, and this is also one of the ones from the actual campaign book.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. But
I mean, I'm sure there's not too many photos of what dakhmas are. I guess they could have had an artist draw something, but
I mean, honestly, like, I don't care, but
no,
I just found it funny
cool.
that it was, yeah. But anyways, like, Hamimah itself, this is not Hamimah, this is just the dakhma. Hamimah itself is a village, you see barely a dozen scattered houses, but among them, the brownstone circle that houses the dakhma stands out. It's about 100 feet across, circular, surrounded by 20-foot high walls that prevent any of you from seeing inside. There are no windows or other openings in the wall aside from a single arch, positioned slightly above ground level, which is the entrance to the inside, barred by a set of massive double doors made of dark wood. Semolin, you look down, if you look down at the box, it looks to be the same material. The terracotta-colored stone of the walls barely stands out against the landscape of similarly colored homes, some green grass, and distant mountains. What does jump out at first glance, sending a chill through each and every one of you, is the volley of vultures perched, distracted on the walls. A reverential silence pervades the atmosphere, as if all elements of nature, including the animals and the wind itself, had tacitly agreed not to disturb the eternal rest of the dakhma's residents.
Is this the place?
Strange that those vultures aren't feasting
Not making a single
inside
sound
there.
either.
Perhaps the weather has them grounded.
Or perhaps no one has made it to perform the last rites of anyone in some time.
Yeah, you guys don't see anyone in the vicinity of the building.
What's the lady's name that's with us?
Nuzhat, Nuzhat.
Nuzhat.
Yeah.
Is this the right dakhma? Is this the place that we were to be
Yes.
taking you?
Yes, yes. We just need to lay my father to rest in the appropriate tier, and then we can leave.
I look to Pascaut and I say, I fear as Christians we should not be entering this place.
The Lord may forgive us. As long as we do not perform any rites, simply standing here should be okay.
All right. And I dismount my horse and tie it to something.
Okay.
And I guess we never specified whose horse had the body on it, but I guess I'll just say that I have the body on my horse.
Yeah.
I start untying it from the horse and taking him down and getting ready to move him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, you guys enter the structure?
How heavy is this man? His
Not all that
father?
heavy. I mean, he looks like he was thin and beaten. Like,
Okay.
he was not exactly. He was not a strapping.
Okay, since Pascaut's
He's
fucking
basically
dying,
a skin bag with bones.
Yeah.
I'll carry him by myself then. I was just wondering if I would need
Oh, yeah.
help carrying, but I'll carry him.
Yeah. So the doors stand slightly ajar. So clearly they're not locked, and when you get close to the doors, you can see that they don't even have a lock. But upon entering the structure, you're suddenly struck by the heat. It seems like where the sun was not getting through outside of the structure, something about, maybe it's just the fact that it's got these solid walls and all the heat is being focused kind of in almost, but the sun is beating down untempered. Its heat bouncing off the stone. The temperature's risen several degrees simply from entering the threshold. The structure's interior consists of 3 concentric rings. The highest being the outermost, the innermost slightly below the outside ground level, and it's vaguely reminiscent of a Greek or Roman theater. At the very center, surrounded by the bottom ring, is a sand pit, which is slightly lower still, in the middle of which stands a low circular stone structure resembling a well. Only this well is full of white bones stripped of their flesh. The vultures on the walls watch you silently. Apparently they're so accustomed to the coming and going of people that they don't even stir, but rather simply wait patiently. And scattered around the rings, a couple of dozen corpses lie in various states of decomposition. In the top ring, there are multiple men, again, various states of decay. In the middle one, just below the outside ground level where you are, women. And in the bottom ring, there are 2 bodies, those of children. Everybody roll sanity. Also, you can reset your like indefinite insanity threshold because you've had a night.
Alright. That's Miles' character sheet.
Okay, Pascal, roll me 1d4. Okay, you lose 3 sanity, everybody else loses 1. As you see several faces half pecked away, 2 corpses have been dragged by the vultures, gnawing and tearing into a parody of an embrace. One of the vultures swoops down to one of the less kind of decomposed corpses, goes up to its face and plucks out one of its eyeballs before hopping back a few steps to devour its prize. The nerve still attached to the inside of the skull through the eye socket like a thread of honey stretching from the dipper to the jar.
Pascaut just hangs his head and does the cross sign. Starts muttering.
Same. And then, but I don't mutter. I say, this is indeed not God's light that shines upon this place. And then I make the sign of the cross.
Now, for unspecified reasons, I'm going to need you guys to make another sanity roll.
I figured the eyeball being eaten out was enough for a sanity roll, but
Okay. So Pascal, if you passed, you only lose 1. If you failed, roll a d3, and that's how much you lose. Okay, you only lose 1.
nice.
And then, Semelin, you lose 3.
Oof.
So, the next step, Nuzhat tells you, the tiers, each tier is, you have men, then women, then children. And she takes the body from you, unless you follow her to the up, kind of, a little bit of, like a short step, a short couple of steps up.
I'll
Okay.
follow her. I'm not just gonna be
follow.
a dick and be like, "Here, you're dead."
Yeah. So she's still visibly very upset, and obviously this moment is emotionally charged.
Yeah.
She kind of, you help her lay the body down, and she carefully arranges the folds of the shroud that he's wrapped in, as if moved by some futile desire to leave the body in the best possible condition, almost as if she was preparing it for a vigil, which you guys would be familiar with.
Right.
At last, she kneels before him, placing her right hand on his chest. You hear her murmur a few words that you cannot quite make out, but whose cadence suggests a prayer. After a few seconds, she stands, instinctively brushing the dust from her skirts, and she turns back to face you. At that very moment, let me see if I have it. Nope, that's not it. Let's see, here it is.
Oh, damn.
Say she turned into a snake monster.
That was a bop.
Let's see, is this it?
Oh, no, I'm afraid.
See 2 pairs of arms snake out from a gap that you had assumed was some sort of storm drain. They seize Geshem's body and begin to drag it toward that opening.
A storm drain in the...
They gotta have drains for when it rains once every 3 years.
Yeah.
Are they...
What?
Do they look like they belong to a clown?
No. You also don't know
Nobody
what a clown
floats
is.
down there.
You also don't know what a clown is. Roll me sanity. No, I'm kidding. But
Joffrey, what is that red orb floating?
Dear God, I scream as I see the body get grabbed.
startled by, your sudden expression, because she doesn't see this happening, she spins and grabs a hold of the corpse's legs to prevent it from being taken. But she's clearly no match for the strength of those pulling from the other side, and she herself is pulled in with it. All of this happens in a span of just a few seconds.
Yeah, I tried to reach, but it was too late.
Yep.
I grabbed just the just the hem of her fucking little robe, and it slipped out in between my chainmail.
Precisely. Now, the gap is small, And a particularly large investigator, or one carrying a lot of equipment, would have a hard time getting through. In fact, you guys are it's kind of shocking how quickly the whatever it is were able to drag both Geshem's body and Nuzhat herself in.
I turn and look at Saja. Well, you're going in. I'm just kidding.
I say, let me guess, the only person who can fit in there is the small young woman.
I mean, luckily none of you are like...
I don't think any of us can fit.
Well, what is your...
kind of what he's implying.
What is your, it means that you're gonna have to, like, kind of try and, like, really squeeze. What are your guys' size?
Shit.
Where do we see that?
It's an attribute. 65.
Yeah,
It's like, it's next to hit points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Joffrey is 65.
Okay, you'll be able to go.
I'm 50.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely be.
Semlin is 60.
Yeah, you'll be able to go. And then Pascaut?
Pascaut is 70.
Yeah, you'll have a little bit harder of a time, but as long as none of you guys are carrying like a huge fucking like, you know, like hiker's backpack or like you know what I mean, like a huge
Yeah, I don't
trekking
think
backpack.
any of us have anything crazy like that.
Okay, who wants to go in first? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I will walk over to Pascal and I'm gonna say the hole is a little tight. I think you'll be able to make it, but I will go behind you in case you need an extra push.
Someone's gonna walk up. Do not worry, friend. Pull out a small bottle. I have some grease. I've seen this
That will not be
before.
necessary.
Okay.
Who wants to go
He'll
first?
put the bottle away.
It's gonna be a dex roll.
I feel like Joffrey would not allow the normal citizens to go, like the normal regular people to go first. So I'll say, Pascaut, I think we should probably go first, just in case.
I'll have my dagger out in case. I don't think you're gonna have my sword out in my condition at this time.
I'd be too tight for the sword anyway. You go first, and I'll follow you.
All right, give me a bit of a push.
Assume we have some kind of like torch or something we're gonna light when we go.
Do you guys think you would have remembered to get something like that for?
Nope, I didn't.
I think someone's gonna pull out a small oil lamp.
Okay, so then you will be the only one with access to light. The rest of you will be blind.
I guess we're trying to rush down there.
Yeah, I can also let
Not
you guys
rush,
roll
but
a luck. I can let you
we're
guys
not
roll
trying
a
to go
luck
slow.
roll. A luck roll to see if you remembered to get like a, you know, like torches or something like
I'll
that.
do that. I'm gonna see if I remembered to pack.
Okay, you did not.
I didn't.
Does anybody else want to try and see if they?
Yeah, I'll try. Fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah, nah.
Oh,
Oh,
Semlin.
someone rummages around his bag and is like, my spare candle.
Yeah, so, yeah, you're able to, I could make it really grim and make you guys, take, like, thigh bones from the corpses and, take, like, shreds of shroud, wrap them around, and use the candle to light those as makeshift torches.
Use the fat off the bodies that if there's any left as fucking as
Yeah.
fucking
Gonna desecrate
wax.
all the corpses in there.
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah, probably not.
But we'll say that you guys have, I'll say that you guys all have, torches except for Semlin, who has his, like, who has a lamp, like, kind of an oil lamp.
Okay.
But Anyways,
No, I mean, it's fine if he's the only light source. It might make it more interesting.
that's true.
I'm okay with that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will have to edit token properties for the rest of you guys. Save changes. But you guys can make me. Whoever's going first can make me a dex roll while I'm doing this. Okay, you succeed,
Nice.
and you're able to kind of wriggle your way down pretty quickly. And then I'm going to... I just have one... Saja, I just have to remove yours. Save. Save. And... who's going next?
Me.
Okay, roll me dex.
Dex.
Hard success. Yeah, you're able to, like, shimmy in pretty quickly.
And then Semolin will go.
Okay, Semolin, roll me 1d4. It's gonna take you 4 extra, like, kind of equivalents of rounds to, like, really squeeze your way through.
Well, you just see someone just stands in front of the hole and starts squatting, stretching. It's like, oh,
You gotta get
these old
prepared.
bones. It'll take me a minute.
I love that.
I love it. How old is
Okay.
Similin? How old is Similin?
It does not list his age.
Yeah.
He old.
We're just gonna say that he's in his like late 30s, which is
Yeah.
rather old for this time
That's
period.
pretty old, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's a senior
Yeah.
citizen at this point. At
Yeah, I
37.
mean, he does actually have gray in his
Yeah, he
hair
does.
and his beard.
Okay, and then, Saja, roll me 1d4.
I keep playing Pascal like he's like 50, and I looked at the sheet and he's 30. But I guess in the 1200s, that's like the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay, so Saja, you're delayed by 1 turn, but you do all manage to make it through. And, allow me to... You guys place yourselves in the bottom left corner. This token is just there to... She's not actually there, it's just there to let you guys see the light, so that you can place yourselves.
I actually don't see the light.
Oh, I do.
Do you? You do?
Oh, that's because you're emitting light. Because the rest of you guys didn't get your torches.
Bottom left.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see it now that I've placed my.
Yeah.
Now that I've placed my character. My
Oh,
bad.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna place a copy of her token so that I can see on my player side. But she's not actually like there in that spot.
Yeah.
I just don't have another token to use.
We're down in the bottom left of the black
I can
square
move
if
you
you
there.
can't see anything yet.
There you go.
Yep.
So, Pascaut and Geoffrey, you
Yeah.
were actually able to, you got here in time to see Nuzhat struggling. Her screams muffled by a hand with long, dirty fingernails clamped over her mouth, and she vanished down a corridor that turns off to the right. The rest of you didn't see that, but you can still make out her cries for help.
Yeah, I'll say I saw Nuzhat. She went to the right.
All right, let's just follow them.
Let's go.
Yep. Okay. So, give me just a second. Okay, so you find yourself, Geoffrey, where you are. You are, you hear a smack, and Nuzhat is You hear that she sounds like it sounds like they hurled her against the wall.
Oh my god.
And just past you, you can see a sudden vertical drop, which they had just leapt off of. She's only got superficial scratches, but she's very agitated. What are those things where they took my father? We have to get him back. Who knows what they're going to do to him? And desecrate his remains.
Do not worry. We will help you.
Thank you. Now,
Who would do this? Does your father have enemies, or did he have enemies?
I do not know. Those people were not like anything I ever encountered. So, the corridor here, right about there, you see it's a sudden vertical drop of about 8 or 9 feet down. And from what little light reaches you guys from behind, suggests that the tunnel continues, as you can kind of see, spoiler alert. And there seems to be a dim glow at the end.
I pull out the rope that we used earlier, and is there something I could secure the rope to that we could like then climb down the 9-foot drop?
Sure, I'll say
like a stalagmite or stalag something. I don't know.
let me why don't you roll me luck.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, there is.
Bet. So yeah, I'll tie the rope up and toss it over the edge.
Okay.
Down to the lower path. And now we don't have to break our legs. I'll climb down first.
Okay.
Pascaut will follow.
What is this place?
What's her name again?
Nuzhat.
Nuzhat.
Or however you pronounce it. I would say Nuzhat with the ZH.
Yeah.
Stick with us, Nuzhat, and we will get to the bottom of this.
Of course.
Hey.
What?
The bottom. We're going down. Someone says this. It's just like, chuckles to himself a little bit.
And loses 1 sanity. No, I'm kidding. So, like...
Enough of your jackassery, old man.
Well, excuse me for appreciating good wordplay.
Anyways, like the previous passageway, this one's been crudely dug into the stone itself, although the floor is surprisingly smooth and level. After moving in just a few yards, you confirm that the halo of light you'd seen comes from a burning torch stuck in a battered metal bracket nailed to the wall. And you see similar torch-bearing sconces secured to the walls at regular intervals going further forward. But only about 1 in every 4 of the torches are lit, barely putting a dent in the murky darkness.
It's so dark.
The next thing
These
you notice,
torches are doing nothing.
The next thing you notice...
Can I examine? Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can someone examine the unlit torches?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're not lit. It's not
do
like
they
they're...
look like I could light them?
It doesn't look like they're, like there's anything on there, that, like, you'd be able to light. It looks like they have not been used in so long that, like, any...
There's no pitch left.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you also notice, a rhythmic squeaking sound you can now hear in the background. A spine-tingling screech, like 2 pieces of metal being rubbed together, that seems to come from deep in the bowels of the cave.
A rhythmic squeaking sound?
Yeah. Now, ahead, you
It's a
see
bed.
the passageway opened into another larger one, with recesses and doorways on both sides. You see a small figure running away from you. The naked back of a little boy. Do you follow him?
Ooh, it's a little loot goblin.
There's someone here.
Yeah, he was back
Oh.
here, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, that's...
back here?
Yeah, like, you saw him, like,
Okay.
back here.
We walked way too far. My bad.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, let's... I'll say,
Went down
boy,
the corridors.
who are you? Go ahead.
Did he go down the corridor or like straight ahead?
Yeah,
it looks like he
this
went-
corridor.
Yeah.
He went this way.
Well, are we going after him?
I mean, we don't really know where we're going or what's in here anyway, so why not? Yeah, let's go after him.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do.
Boy!
Boy, if you don't...
Boy.
That boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right.
Let me see.
Y'all see the new poster for King of the Hill?
Oh, yeah. So,
I haven't.
Yeah, I did see on
let me,
Facebook something.
Yeah.
let
Good.
me show you what you see. Let's, I'm actually gonna go to a handout and make this. Okay, you should be able to see it now. Well, let me put it in handouts.
Cave dwellers.
Spooky.
He appears to be in the lap of a woman you suppose might be his mother, who's hugging him protectively with hairy, bruise-colored arms that end in filthy, long-nailed fingers. She turns her head toward you, and you can see her white irises and misshapen teeth, several of which protrude from her closed mouth. And as your eyes get used to the pervasive gloom, looking around you see other similar people, men, women, and children, haggard, misshapen people. Families huddled together against the walls of dark passageways, frightened children who lift their heads when they hear you pass by.
How can God let people live like this?
What are they doing down here?
I look to Nuzhat with like a confused
She looks just as
face
confused
looking
as you
for
do.
answers.
looks
Oh,
just as-
Jesus Christ.
But
Yes.
Did we see anyone in the village before we got to the
These
dakhma?
poor people
You did not,
need
no.
Jesus Christ.
Huh.
And you continue to hear the same rhythmic scraping sound. Somewhat
Is it,
closer now.
is it coming from inside this room we're in?
You guys, it's... Sorry, let me
Oh.
move you back.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, let me scooch back. Because that's not actually a room.
Yeah, there you go.
That just happens to be the tile layout. It's just
I
an
see.
alcove that I accidentally broke through.
You made with your light source?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep, don't you love...
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Roll
So,
20.
as you guys are walking among these people, make me a sanity roll. Okay.
Yeah, I've been killing it.
Semmelin and
Then you start
Sasha,
failing.
you lose You lose, you each lose 1.
Oh, I failed.
Joffrey and Pascal, roll me 1d2.
Eesh. The 1d2.
Pascal, you lose 2.
Ooh.
Joffrey, you also lose 2.
Yay.
Do you continue on?
You have to.
Okay. As you get to about, like, here, you can tell that whatever the scraping sound is, it's coming from this room. Which is about 15 feet in diameter if its floor plan were, like, a perfect circle. It's dominated by a giant crescent-shaped blade, like that of an axe, swinging from a hook on the ceiling. It's the grinding of that metal upon metal that you've been hearing, accompanied now that you're here by the gurgling of huge cauldrons filled with dark water and floating pieces of flesh. Standing near the axe blade, allow me to... Whoops. There's a man. You guys can enter the room. Okay, so, and then I will...
Who are you? What are you doing?
He just kind of, like, grunts and, like, makes defensive gestures at you. He's a little bit heavier set than the other people you've seen. He's receiving dead bodies and is arranging them on this big stone table to be steadily hacked apart by that grisly pendulum. Once they have, he removed the skull with the spine still attached with astonishing dexterity and set it aside next to the table, where you can already see that he's got about a half dozen already laying there.
My God. No wonder. They're cannibals. God has forsaken this place.
As he removes the shroud from the body he is currently working on, you catch a glimpse of the feet. The right foot is missing the fourth and pinky toe.
Is that significant?
Roll me an intelligence roll.
Okay. Hey.
Joffrey, you distinctly remember that encounter with, while you were still traveling with the merchants, that dispute with that woman who had, like, the dead body.
Talking about the dakhma.
Yeah, telling them that she needed to bring it to the dakhma. And you remember the body's foot, right foot missing the fourth and pinky toe.
Yeah. Okay.
So now
You had a cinematic flashback.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
then it returns to your eyes, and everybody make me a sanity roll.
I yell out, I remember that body!
Okay, this is kind of brutal. Oh
Yes.
boy. Did any of you succeed?
Got a hard
Semmelin
success.
did.
Semmelin,
Yep.
you lose 2. The rest of you, roll me 1d6.
Oof.
I can't use luck on a sanity roll, can I?
No. Joffrey,
Duh.
you lose 6 sanity. Pascal, you lose 4.
I might be.
Sasha, you
hold
lose
on.
4.
I gotta do that.
Regardless of
That's
what...
indefinite.
Oh, I'm indefinitely insane.
Okay, so we are gonna roll for both of you. You're gonna roll 1d10, and then I'm going to open up my copy of the core rulebook. Go to...
Let's go.
Okay. So,
I rolled a 7.
let's see.
Wait, so it's indefinitely It's within one session, right?
Yeah, it's within one session. So, like, that's why I told you to
Okay.
reset that number at the start of this session.
At the beginning. Yeah.
So,
But okay.
let's see. Now, the one on this table doesn't really work. The number 7, but
Okay.
I'm gonna say, Geoffrey, you have a crisis of faith. How could a god, a loving god, allow this to occur? Either God is impotent, is like to be able to change or influence anything, or God is non-benevolent, or is non-existent.
I drop to my knees and I'm sobbing.
Pascal.
And I look at.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh.
No,
okay.
go ahead. We're
I
gonna
look
do
up-
this one at a time.
Yep, I look up at Pascaut and I say, there is no God. If there was a God, his light shines nowhere in this world. This world is forever corrupted by the evil that persists. There is no God. There is no
Luckily-
God.
Now, Pascal, for your
Luckily,
sorry, go ahead.
luckily, Pascal cannot hear anything you're saying. He hears you're shouting, but not any of the words, as he's being taken over by his own crisis that we're about to find out.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm trying to think, because, like, these don't really work. Because, like, the 3...
They don't really relate.
Yeah, because the number 3 is battered, which means you would come to your senses 1d10 hours later, finding yourself battered and bruised, but that doesn't really work here. I'm gonna say that you descend
You
into
could just wander off.
into a real-time bout of violence. You see red, and you just start attacking everything nearby. Roll me another d10. Six rounds. So
I'm gonna run at this guy. I would think.
so let's
Try to attack him.
I'm gonna add everybody to the dex order.
I roll for how many rounds I'm
No,
losing
yours
it
is
through the.
yours is indefinite,
Or is it-
so it's
Oh yeah, that's
basically
right. It's just forever.
yeah. So like your crisis of faith is forever, but let's roll a 1d10 for like how long you're like you're like it's gonna influence.
Completely out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what I'll basically say is like any rolls, unless okay, so for 3 rounds, make me a power roll. Let's just see. Failure, yeah. So any rolls that you make are gonna be like you're gonna need to get hard success to be able to do anything. Okay, so 65. Okay, Geoffrey, what is your dex?
80.
80. Okay. Saja, what is your dex?
65.
Okay, 65. Then Pascal.
Let's see. 60.
Okay, 60. Semolin,
Is 50.
50. And then let me see. Nuzhat is 55. And I'm going to give Pascal kind of a free round. So roll me. Let's see how many other characters there are. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll me 1d5. And we'll kind of go, 1, it's Nuzhat, 2, it's Semmelin, 3, it's Saja, 4, it's Joffre, and 5, it's actually, you know what? I will let you do the attack on the on this kind of butcher first.
Okay. Let me say that Pascaut is immediately angry at this butcher, but the close second would be Nuzhat for bringing us to this place. So if there's a point at which I lose control, I may also attack her because it's her fault that we're here, basically.
Yeah. So who do you want to... I'll let you choose between the two who you're going to attack in your kind of, like, surprise round, like, bout of violence.
I want to attack the butcher because that's...
Okay.
You know...
Make me a roll.
That's who you see immediately.
But if he dies and I'm still crazy, I might attack her.
Okay. Now, let's see.
So, okay. I'm just going to attack him. My sword, I guess.
Okay, you fail. He is going to fight back.
I'm swinging wildly, and also I'm injured.
He also fails.
I forgot you were poisoned still.
Yeah, Joffre.
Poison.
And that is going to be... So for you, it's going to be 5 more rounds that you're, you know, in your bout of madness.
You are an affront to Mother Mary of God!
Oh, what would Joffre do? I think Joffre is he's gonna pull out his sword and look at it, and through this the sobs, the tears coming out of his eyes, he I think he's just gonna sit there and stare at his sword for the round.
Okay.
And question everything that he's ever done, basically, for the last 2 years or whatever.
So, yeah, for the next 2 rounds, you'll be still in the throes of that crisis.
Yep.
And then you'll still be at the crisis. So, Saja, what do you want to do?
I think I'm going to recognize that our 2 bodyguards have kind of lost their faith and starting to go nuts. So I'm gonna say, to the others, it appears our defenders have lost their way. We need to get out of here.
Okay, where do you want to go? Because you are not currently engaged
before they come for us. I'm not going to fight anyone. I'm going to see if we can...
Yeah, do
if
you
I
want to
get
move?
Stimulin and let's nudge, just fall back some.
Okay, so...
Nuzhat.
Yeah, Nuzhat and
Yeah.
Semmelin will be going, they'll be going last. So it'll be Nuzhat and then Semmelin, at the bottom of the order. So if you want to move, they can follow you on their turn if they choose.
Okay.
So, where do
I
you
was
want
gonna
to go?
say I kind of push them back, but
Yeah, I mean, you could push them back a little bit, but it wouldn't be by much, because you're not exactly, Yeah, so... Okay, that your turn?
yeah, I'm just gonna fall back into this hallway some
Okay.
and encourage them to come with me.
This cave dweller is going to kind of, hiss and, grunt defensively as it takes a swipe at you. Oh. Did you want to fight back or dodge? I guess you would... Actually, in a Berserker Rage, you would only be allowed to fight back. So...
Yeah, makes sense.
roll me your, roll me... Okay, roll me damage.
Nice.
It'll be in your combat under weapons.
Yeah, 1d6 plus 1.
Yep, so Yeah, make the roll. Okay, you do 6 damage. What kind of strike do you go for? Like, is it a thrusting stab, or is it a, like, kind of crossbody slash?
These are all, like, big power swings. Crossbody slashes.
Okay.
Going for his, you know, since it's a defensive, it's like going for his arms, like swinging at me with.
Okay, you slice...
You're like burying his arm.
Yeah, you, like, slice his arm from, like, where it connects to the chest all the way down to the wrist. And he starts to bleed profusely. He has taken a major wound.
Bleed, heretic! Die!
Now, Pascaut, it is your turn.
Now that he's on defensive, I thrust,
Okay, make me...
trying to skewer him center of mass.
Yep, attack with your weapon. Okay, he's going to try to fight back. Okay, and, let's see. Yeah, he fails. And, you do 9 damage. Tell me how you kill this guy.
As soon as I slash his arm, and he's staggered backwards, I thrust forward and stabbed him straight center of the chest.
You impale his heart. And you don't see his eyes go still because they're milky white. But blood dribbles out of his mouth. Whether it's his own or that of one of the bodies, you aren't entirely sure.
God may have mercy on your soul, but I will not.
And, with that, Nuzhat is going to follow, Sajah's lead and back off. Semmelin, what do you want to do?
That's a great question. I think Semmelin is going to try and hush or run back and help the ladies out.
Okay, go ahead.
See if he can't pull them back with him.
Okay. I mean, Nuzhat is going to cooperate, so she'll move back with you.
How far can we actually get?
Let's see. I think you can get, like, what is your movement? It should be auto-calculated in your character sheet in combat.
My movement... So I can see my dexterity and my dodge. Oh, there's a dash.
Oh, Oh, well. I'm gonna say that you can get, like, a total of, like, six yards, or, like... Or maybe, like, in these cramped corridors, more like, 10 feet.
Okay. So probably, like...
Yeah, like, right about there.
Okay.
Yep.
Come right here.
Okay. And then, Sajah, if you want to let him kind of pull you along, I'll allow that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna resist him.
Okay.
Yep.
Geoffrey, what do you want to do?
Well, I see
We left him in the dark, literally.
I see Pascaut slay the cannibal, and I'll stand up and put my sword away, and through the sobs I'll move over to Pascaut and say, Pascaut, we must leave. This place is cursed. We cannot stay here any longer. And then I'll try to leave.
Okay. Now, we're going to go to Pascaut, and I'm gonna say that you come to your senses and you're no longer in a berserker rage. For plot reasons.
Oh, darn. We can't do my plan then.
What was your plan?
My plan was literally to try and hurry everyone up the rope and then pull the rope up.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're gonna leave us down there? Damn.
Well, no, I was going to make it so he couldn't get to us and then try and talk him down.
We can say that happens.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys can place yourselves over there.
Yeah, Pascal's gonna continue. He's gonna run through this room to make sure no one else is hiding in here.
This room to the left, or
You went up here.
oh yeah,
The big
Whatever-
room. Sorry,
Whatever I
I
can see in this murder room here.
oh yeah, yeah. There's nobody else in there, but you did notice that the bodies were coming from this corridor, or that corridor to the left.
Then Pascal's gonna start running back, basically, towards them, and it crosses his mind to go and start stabbing innocent people in either rooms, but he notices the rest of the party has left him, and doesn't want to get surrounded,
Okay.
and is confused as to where the rest of the group has gone.
And
And
they
starts shouting, Joffrey! Joffrey, where are you?
Let's go! The way we came!
What are you doing?
We're leaving this cursed place!
We could be victorious against them. Destroy the cannibals.
For what? For what reason?
For what? For what reason? Perhaps you are right. Blood is calming. I cannot think straight.
Yep. Now,
This-
sorry. Go ahead,
No, go ahead.
Pascal. No, you know what? I'll wait for later. To do it. Where do you guys want to go?
Well, someone's gonna call down to Pascal. Pascal, please, end your violence. Please put your sword down, and we'll come down and talk.
Pascal realizes the sword is still in his hand and sheathes it.
Okay. As
Okay,
you do, you
someone's
feel an
going
itching.
to lower the rope down again.
Yep, you feel an itching on your affected arm, Pascal. Roll me power. We're gonna see if you can resist the urge to scratch.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, you're able to resist quite easily.
I would
That's
scratch,
good,
but there's
you're
just
doing.
like chainmail and a
Yeah, you just scratch at the
Harper
chainmail.
plan.
Okay. So,
Then I'm gonna say Joffrey realizes we do have a reason to push forward, and I look at Nuzhat.
yes.
We haven't found your father's body.
Yes.
And I grit my fucking teeth.
Oh man. So,
There was another corridor in that room. I noticed it, but I didn't go down.
Also, can we just say we all pull the torches from the walls?
yeah, I'll
Because none of the light source
yeah.
is kind of
Yeah, I'll allow it. Just let me edit.
I was digging it, but that's okay.
I mean,
I'm cool
that's-
with having light
yeah.
sources too.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I just need to re-edit your character sheets to give your tokens the light property.
No worries.
Save changes.
I'd say given what just happened, I was gonna say, we should all carry torches. We need
Oh, whoops.
as much light as we can get.
Man, I was hoping that Pascaut was gonna like push that dude onto the fucking guillotine table.
I mean, he could.
To kill
He
him,
still.
but-
Oh, that would have been cool.
That would have been perfect. I didn't think about that.
Oh man, I was hoping I was hoping somebody was gonna get cut by that guillotine.
I mean, who
besides
knows?
the dead body on the table.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I
You
guess
might
there's
get
still
another-
time.
Yeah.
There's still time.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
That's right.
There's still time for one of us to end up on it.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, save and save. Okay, you all, it won't take effect now, I don't think, because it'll take effect next time you place your token. But, yeah, you guys can keep going.
So we gotta go back.
Yeah. And you can hear, as you're going through these halls, like, more of these, like, people, like, scurrying into these little, kind of nooks and crannies, like, trying to get away from you, like...
Cave dwellers.
They may be vermin, but I would have been no better than they if I'd slaughtered them.
If you'd
It
slaughtered
doesn't
more
matter
than
if
one.
you. It doesn't matter if you slaughter them or not. I just keep walking forward.
Okay. Oh yeah, let me... Thank you for keeping the NPC alive so that I can easily have a token to show on my player side of the...
She's the whole reason we're here. I mean,
Yep.
For better or for worse.
yes, exactly.
Okay. So, you enter a room
There we go.
with
Everybody
a...
scooch on in.
Yeah, it's just slightly larger. Why are there two of you?
Because I wanted a token with a light source.
Okay, which one is the original and which one is the doppelganger? Just make
Delete
sure
the
the one on the right.
the back. Yeah, the one on the right.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
So
Someone's just gonna do a double take. I could have swore they're.
make a sanity roll. No, I'm kidding.
And then he's gonna wiggle the light. It's like, oh, nope, pick up the light.
So this
Need to
room
get
is
your eyes checked, old man.
Yeah, this room is slightly larger than the quote kitchen you were just in. Also dug out with an irregularly circular floor plan. It's a single open space with a shallow pit in the middle. There's about 4 bodies piled up in the pit, with Geshems at the very top. Here, all the torches in the wall brackets are lit, and you can see that the walls are covered in images. There are 3 elaborate engravings in all. You take a look.
Oh yeah.
I will give these to you one at a time. If you want to look at this is the first one you see.
Venn diagram.
You see a familiar symbol in the center. One that still decorates the cover, rather, of the Restoration Codex. It's surrounded by 3 interlocking circles, each accompanied by different references to trees, crops, and livestock. To the left of the first circle, at the bottom, is a scene depicting trees in blossom and a sea of wheat, some stalks taller than others, as if this bounty were nearly more than the land could hold. In the foreground is a ewe surrounded by 3 lambs. Carved above the second circle, at the top center, are a smattering of leafy trees and another field of wheat. This time, all the stalks the same height and spaced farther apart. There's also an ewe with a lamb. Next to the third circle, at the bottom right, are a couple of dead trees in a field with just a few stalks of wheat, some withered, low, or bent. Here too there's an ewe, this time with 2 lambs, one with 2 heads, the other with 6 legs.
Guess that last one was made by AI.
Nah.
Also, I think on the descriptions they have the animals backwards. Because the first one is 3 ewes and 1 lamb.
Oh.
And the one on the right is 2
Yeah.
ewes and 1 lamb.
Yeah, it
Well,
should be. That's.
I mean, a ewe is specifically a female lamb.
Yeah, they
Oh.
laying error.
Oh, then I'm dumb.
Yeah, it should. Those
No,
the 3 like.
Then it's correct.
should be goats.
Yeah, but. Yeah, exactly. Should be. Yeah, error in translation.
Yeah, no
But-
big deal.
Yeah.
Then you see the second one. On the left, 2 people, shown in profile and dressed in loose-fitting Arab-style garb, stand in front of a mountain. Although the mountain is the same size they are, it is nevertheless clearly a mountain and not just a mound of earth. In their hands, they carry 3 small figures, reminiscent of chess pieces. At the top of the mountain is a pool of liquid fire. You'd surmise something like lava. At the top of the mountain is a pool of liquid... I've already read that. The lava spills down the sides to form a river that winds through the center of the image. Several people, drawn smaller than those by the mountain, are crossing the river of lava. Where some of them cross, what at other points appears to be flames seems like gently flowing water. Other people, in contrast, are shown drowning in the fire. Anyone here can make me a spot hidden roll as you're looking at this?
I feel like this was referenced in that part of the book we read. People crossing.
Yeah.
Please make a spot hidden. Oh, never mind.
Sasha,
didn't.
you made it. You look at the people in the river, including some of those crossing and others who are drowning, are depicted wearing strange clothing that you neither recognize nor can you attribute to any civilization you know of. Finally, on the right, the river eventually ends in a cave. Inside, you see that same symbol, both from the first engraving and from the cover of the Restoration Codex. This symbol is engulfed in flames beneath a gray shape reminiscent of a tuning fork. Above her, between the fork's tines, is a stubby, dark-skinned, upright worm.
Alrighty.
These garbs
Fox
they're wearing,
jellyfish.
they're like nothing I've seen.
Then, finally, at the top left of this third engraving, shown in profile, are 2 people with Arab features. Not necessarily the same ones as in the previous engraving, though they could be. The picture has few details and has been partially eroded by the passage of time. The first figure is holding a very familiar box. And the skin on his hands and arms is purple and covered in pustules. At the top right is a huge dark worm, thick-bodied and short. It doesn't take a genius to realize that this might be the same one as depicted in the second engraving you just saw. Its mass is studded with small, ochre-colored tentacles, and its head is turned toward the men. At the bottom center, the worm is depicted upright, hovering between the tines of the same tuning fork-like shape. The 2 people prostrate themselves before it, the skin of the one previously suffering from pustules now healthy and clear.
It is the Shai Halud.
Lisan Al Gaib. Seems there's a cure for your disease. I look at Pascaut.
Okay.
That's the box.
Is this disgusting looking creature they appear to be worshipping?
So.
Maybe that's the true god.
Now, everybody make me, I'm gonna say spot hit. Really, this would be a listen roll, I think. So.
Oh, shit. This cat was playing with it.
Saja, you could swear you hear footsteps outside the entrance to this little alcove, like this little room.
Do you guys hear that? There's someone near, I think.
I hear nothing. Except the beating of my heart.
You didn't hear footsteps just then.
Which direction did you hear them coming from?
Back the way we came, or no?
Yeah.
Is it this way?
Yeah, this way.
This way.
Yeah.
That narrow passage there.
I start heading out back the way we came.
Okay.
Pascaut is very intrigued by the pictures and kind of backs away and has to tear himself away.
Okay.
The
Now,
years.
pause.
It was the body in the pile, by the way.
Yeah, the top
It was on
body in
top.
that pile.
Did anybody grab it?
Not yet.
Maybe
The
Nuzhat
sound
did.
is- The sound distracted us.
Yep. Well,
Now we just have more chances to kill people on the guillotine.
Yep.
Does it look like they're trying to square up?
Yes. Oh, yeah, let
From
me...
the turn order on the left-hand side of the screen, I would say they are squaring up. Kendrick Lamar's hit song "Squabble Up" starts playing.
Yep, exactly. The Doom soundtrack.
Yep, the Mick Gordon Doom soundtrack.
Oh yeah, obviously.
you can swear you hear on the wind, "World Star."
God damn it.
Yeah, there is actually like a cave person over here in the corner with his cell phone out, videotape, fucking recording the whole thing.
Let's see.
Not getting involved.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
No,
the
it's,
thing is like a big crowd of them, like just watching and like calling out
yep.
while the fight's going on.
Oh,
It's
beat his
the,
ass, motherfucker!
You also just look up and see inscribed on the wall, "Waffle House."
Oh no! Oh,
Did you
you
hear
guys are
that,
so fucked.
Did you hear that Harada, the director of Tekken, is putting a Waffle House level in Tekken 8?
Fucking amazing. I love that.
I heard that he was looking into doing it. I didn't.
He's gonna call it the Hustle House because he didn't acquire the rights to call it the Waffle
Waffle
House,
House.
but he's gonna make it look like the Waffle House.
Oh, nice.
That's
Waffle House needs to
absolutely
like
hilarious. I hope
Dude.
that actually
Support
does make
that.
it in.
It'd be
God,
great.
I would love
This-
for that to be like the actual stage they play at EVO.
Yeah,
That would be amazing.
There's literally a Waffle House everywhere, even in a video game.
dude.
Okay, so
We
we're...
don't got him up north.
Geoffrey, you are first.
Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna draw my sword and attack this
Okay.
heathen.
He's gonna try and fight back. Roll me a weapon. And then let me... Okay, that is a hard success and does 10 damage. Let's see, This guy's gonna need an extreme success to do anything about it. Failure. How do you kill this guy?
Yeah, the first guy, I literally just, like, poke my sword through his throat.
Okay, and he just slumps to the ground.
Yep, and I just step over his body.
Okay. Then, this one is gonna come up to, you, Saja, because you're nearest. And miss. Oh.
Oh, weird.
Okay.
Where'd Joffrey go?
Oh, Joffrey is,
Joffrey? I'm on top of the body.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just under it. Okay.
So then...
Yeah,
let's
on my
see.
screen, I'm on top. Yeah, I'll just stand next to him.
This
Yeah,
one
I'm in that square.
is gonna come after, oh yeah. This one's gonna come after, Joffrey. Or not Joffrey,
Pascaut.
yeah.
Yes, Pascaut.
Let me... Okay. You take 3 damage.
Wait, can I
Yeah, you can...
defend?
Yeah, do you want to fight
back.
back or dodge?
Fight back.
Okay. Roll me with your sword.
So with the combats. Oh,
Failure. So
Oof.
you swipe
That
out,
was
and I'm
close.
gonna say that you leave yourself vulnerable, and this thing rakes against your arm.
Your
Then
diseased arm.
you'll see.
No.
This one is gonna come after you, Joffrey. And it's gonna try and, like, lunge at you, but you easily sidestep it. And then this one is,
Swag dodge.
Yep. This one is, because, Semolin and, Nuzhat are, you know,
Kind of back behind everyone.
yeah, exactly. Okay, this is number 2. Okay, and misses. Okay, Pascal, what do you want to do?
I will swing back at this guy.
Okay, and he will fight back.
Okay,
Let's see.
we're just gonna roll 90s today.
Oh, and he rakes you back. Doing, let's see, does he have a build? Oh, actually, he should have only done 2 damage last time, because he's got a build of -1, so you only took 2 damage.
Alright.
And it is minimum 1, so you take another damage as he rakes you once more.
Ah,
Then this one is gonna come after, you, Pascal. What do you want to do? Do you want to fight back, or do you want to, dodge? Joffrey?
Yes.
Do you want to fight back, or do you want to dodge?
Oh, I thought you said Pascaut. My
Sorry,
bad.
I misspoke. That's my bad.
No, you're good. Yeah, I'm gonna fight back.
Okay. Hard success, so it just needs to not get a hard success or better. Okay, it just got a regular, so you beat it, and so you do 8 damage. Describe how you kill this one.
Yeah, so I guess this one, how does it attack me?
It's like
So I
lunging
can-
forward with its arms like outreached to like try and, you know, claw at you with its overgrown, like dirty ass fingernails.
Okay, so I just got done like sidestepping the first attack from the last one. I'm gonna sidestep this one the opposite direction, but spin 180 degrees. I trip him with my fucking foot, and I stab him in the back of the head as he falls.
Nice. And he just goes, just
And
he eats shit.
I'll even say, I may have lost my faith in God, but I haven't lost my faith in my blade.
Damn, badass. Okay. Nuzhat, let's see. Does Nuzhat have any relevant skills here? Sort of. Not great, but she'll come up to try and defend, or not defend, but like try and assist, Pascaut.
Hold up, am I not in the turn order?
Oh.
Because I should have gone.
Oh,
My
right.
dex is 65.
Oh, damn. I must have accidentally deleted you, so... Yeah, you should go,
Oh, it's because you deleted his last token.
Oh, right, yeah. So...
I just had to say something about the light source.
Yeah, so,
didn't you?
So, you can get your
Yeah.
turn now. Everything else still applies, but we're gonna, like, say that you can go now.
And then we'll just get you back in the order after that.
Yeah, exactly. So, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go after the guy who just attacked me.
Okay, both of
Oh,
these
with
two
my
guys attack
dagger.
you. Okay. Yeah, you can choose the other one.
I guess the one. This one attacked me first. I'm
Yeah.
going for the one right in front.
Okay. He's gonna try and fight back.
Alright, let's see.
Okay. You fail, and he's
Yeah,
going
but-
to fight back. And he's gonna deal... This one does not have a build of -1. You take 3 damage.
Yeah.
Now, Nuzhat is going to try and assist Pascaut because she can only barely squeeze past Semmelin, and she's going to attack this one who's going to try and fight back.
Yeah, we got bottlenecked hard coming out of this fucking cave.
Yeah.
Shit!
Next time we're in a combat situation, we're coming out of a small hole, we should spread out a little bit.
Okay, so she got a hard success.
Hell yeah.
This thing is going to try and
One
fight back.
damage.
Yeah, because she's small.
She's got a Swiss Army knife.
Oh shit! It got an
Oof.
extreme success.
That sucks.
So she actually takes 2.
She's trying to fight with a potato peeler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this thing, like, backs away her knife and, like, scratches her wrist. And blood wells up. Semmelin, what do you want to do?
Are there rocks on the ground?
Roll me luck to see if there are any loose ones. Extreme success, yes.
Cool. Someone's gonna pick up a rock and try and throw it at one.
Okay.
Let's say.
Hell yeah.
Let's say that. That guy.
Okay.
That's the closest guy.
Okay, and he can't fight back because you're throwing from a distance, so this is going to be, I would say, throw, like the throw skill.
Yep.
Do you want to spend 19 luck?
Well, how much damage would that actually do?
1d4 plus your damage bonus.
You know what? Sure,
Not
I will
bad,
spend that.
actually.
Okay. So, yeah, roll me 1d4 plus your damage bonus.
Where do I see that?
It'll be
Damage
in
bonus.
combat.
Okay, it's just blank.
Yeah, so then you'll just get 1d4. Okay, you do 4 damage.
Damn, let's go.
You knock him right. Where do you hit him?
I'm gonna crack him right in the nose.
Okay, yeah, you don't break his nose, but you definitely hear like it pop out of place.
You just see blood just start streaming down his face.
Yeah. And just as we hit, before
That's
you
awesome.
go, Joffrey.
Oh god. Good thing they don't have very much health, but we're about to be outnumbered.
Hit him on the nose and you hear.
Ah! Okay. And then, at this point, the one that scratched you, Joffrey, you notice the bandage on your arm has kind of got scratched away, partially. And upon touching that skin and seeing whatever this is, it leaps back and shouts, Morjalak! And at the mention of that word, all of the others retreat, muttering the same word in apparent disbelief.
What in the hell did you just call me?
Yeah, that's right. Get some more Gillette.
Uh...
I leap forward, waving my arm.
Like
back off!
Like a torch to scorpions in fucking Indiana Jones.
Yep, and
That's awesome.
now...
No longer in combat.
Foul creatures scratch me
Damn
with
it,
their
I was-
nails.
I was hoping to one-shot a couple more of these fuckers.
They form
That's
a
okay.
semicircle around you. Tense but calm, their heads are swaying slightly as they strain to pick up even the slightest noise or disturbance in the air.
What are they doing?
I turn to Nuzhat. Say, Morjalak mean anything to you?
No. Maybe he knows. And she points past these... Like, she points in that direction, but past them as a figure emerges.
Who the hell?
I guess you'll find out.
Iramon.
He is a bit taller, though he is walking with a hunch. He's wearing some sort of frayed frock coat that looks like it was once a dark shade of blue. Though he has the same pasty skin and razor-sharp teeth and nails like the others, his face shows one key difference. This man is one-eyed, only his right iris is white. His left stares at you intently. In broken Arabic, he introduces himself as Ahura. And when he does, Nuzhat grimaces. How dare you take such a title for yourself? Do you think you are a god? He replies calmly, My god predates yours. I've simply been given the title of Ahura, or Lord, as you would say in your language, because of my position. I am no god, nor do I claim to be one. Nuzhat scowls, but remains silent and clearly does not trust this man. Welcome to my community. We are the Guardians of Morjalak.
There you go with that word again.
Master.
the hard K and everything.
Damn. We welcome you to see someone who has received the blessing of Morjalak. And he points at you, Pascaut.
A blessing indeed. What manner of poison is this?
Well, first you must learn the story. Follow me. He kind of looks warily at you that you're not going to just, like, cut him down where he stands.
I sheath my sword again.
I stab him in his good eye. I'm just kidding.
And he kind of walks past you into the room that you were just in.
Yeah, we follow.
Our mission, should we choose to accept it, to guard the information held within these engravings and maintain the order of things, as well as to feed the god that dwells beneath with the materials from the dakhma. We must throw them down to him through the abyss. Now, we didn't make these carvings. They were already ancient from the time my tribe first came here. Someone from beyond the stars that form the bowl told our ancestors that our mission was to safeguard the message they contain and protect Morjalak as the time would come when the god would take on an even more important role. Now you can,
What role is this?
well, to take over the cycle, where we are in the end of the cycle. Have you not read the Codex? Have you not looked at it? It tells you the whole story.
Yes, I have read a little bit.
Then you should know. We are at the end of a cycle, and
How did you know we were in possession of the Codex?
only one in possession of the Codex could receive Morjalak's blessing.
Why do you call it a blessing? This
Or it
man
mean-
needs medical attention.
For it means that you have the power to restore the world to the perfection that it had at the time of creation, before the Dark Mother corrupted the process of reproduction. Today, it used to be that all living things were inherently good and perfect.
Do you speak of the fruit of knowledge of good and evil?
Not exactly. Not as you would understand it. But, in a sense, the Dark Mother, her appearance added evil and unpredictability to the world. So in
Your story sounds familiar but different.
in a way, it's similar to your Christian concept of sin. Now this being, this Dark Mother, mere existence adds the factor of chaos to the reproduction of all living things. If this deity or thing were no longer to exist or were somehow removed from the reproductive cycle, her influence would disappear and living beings would revert to their primordial goodness. By the way, I can remind you guys that at the very beginning of this chapter, you should remember some rumors that were going around. Do you guys remember any of that?
The animals being born with deformations.
Yeah.
And crop failures and just bad stuff happening.
Yes,
Just like the things that are depicted on the engravings.
Yep, and were hinted at in the Codex.
Yeah, Ahura Mazda.
Yes, we are currently in the third phase where the Dark Mother is weakest. Though, every 723 years, the Dark Mother dies, but only to be immediately reborn, renewed, and stronger. But the instant between her death and rebirth is when her role within this process can be supplanted. If another entity can be made to take on that role, its influence will determine the paths that reproduction and change will take. Even if this Dark Mother were to be reborn, upon being supplanted, her influence would no longer affect living beings.
Well, how do we stop this Dark Mother then?
You have the tools. You must go to the domain of Morgulak, a god of death, and death is but another tool for nature to maintain balance. If Morgulak can be made to fill the role that the Black Goat has played thus far, his influence will restore balance, preventing the chaotic and therefore potentially evil component brought by the Black Goat. But to access his domain, to penetrate into the realm of death, you must first have been in contact with it. He says. And he calmly walks up to the pile of bodies, uncovering the one on top, removing the shroud. He pulls out an old, rusty, nearly blunt blade from among his clothes and painstakingly saws off a piece of flesh from the old man's torso. He then turns and offers it to you, gesturing with his free hand to his mouth.
Gesturing to Pascal?
Gesturing to all of you.
Okay.
Nuzhat is aghast, and it looks like she might lunge for this guy and try and stab him.
Is that the body of her father that he just
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sliced?
Yeah, and he's offering the...
I step forward.
Okay.
I'll partake in this unholy sacrament.
Joffrey.
Then are you the
Yeah.
only one
Desecrating
venturing? Are you the only
the
one?
body of her father.
Are you the only one? You, the one who will partake in the contact with death. Are you the only one who will be venturing? For venturing into the abyss without knowing death will be a danger the likes of which you have never seen. The likes of which I don't know that you might be able to afford, for there are other guardians down there.
I turn to look at Pascal. And I say, I don't think that I'll be going alone.
Also,
And I look at his
Jeffrey.
arm. I look at your arm.
I will note that there are 3 other bodies in that pit. Just as a reminder.
So what, we gotta like try to find
It's not that you have
right
to.
one?
It's not that you have to find like a right or wrong one. I'm just letting you know as a GM, like if you wanted to be like, hey, can we? This one looks a little rotten. Could we have what's behind shroud number 2?
I just want to say, perhaps we should not eat her dead.
And I'm going to say, there is no God. That means there is no sin. That means that this is not a vase. If I'm
Joffrey.
helping... Silence.
You know the only sacrament we take is the body of the Lord Jesus Christ.
I no longer take that bread.
I only.
I will never place that bread upon my tongue ever again.
And we are lost.
We've been lost, brother. We've been lost since you came in contact with that book. God, if there is a God, which clearly there isn't, has forsaken us. And Saja, I appreciate what you're saying, but there seems to be very little choice.
Ahura is
Now.
holding out the scrap, being like, huh? Huh?
And I say now,
Here comes
Brother.
the plane.
Pascaut,
He's holding it out with his strong hand.
Yeah.
I need you
Do
to
you
come
have
with
some
me,
ketchup to dip it
and I
in?
need you to bring the codex
Yep. Roll
and
me.
the box.
Okay, so, yeah, who's gonna partake? Does anybody want to ask for, a different body to choose from? It's up to you. I will say that there are gameplay implications, but I won't tell you what they are.
It's like
you have
the
the flesh of a child corpse.
it's like at the
Yeah, let me.
at a buffet where they have the one person that's like carving up the roast beef and like,
Yeah.
oh, which part do you want?
Yeah,
You want,
exactly.
like the rare part?
Yeah, exactly. And
He's got the meat slicer ready.
yeah, exactly. Except it's a dull, almost blunt, rusty blade. And he says,
So
"Child,
the meat
you want
slicer is just a pendulum blade.
Oh yeah, it actually is. Yeah, in the other room." He's like, "Yes, I can check. Let me go into the back.
Yeah.
See if I have any children in stock." He goes, "Oh yes. This one is flank from an 11-year-old girl."
Like the Saja didn't want to eat the dad, but she's cool with eating some kids.
Fuck them kids.
I take the piece out of Ahura's hand,
Okay.
and I'm waiting for anybody else to join me.
Someone's gonna ask if the soup would work.
Oh my god.
I'm just trying to think how.
Yeah.
I just don't think Saja would eat man flesh.
Oh yeah, and and Nuzhat sees that you are all kind of more or less going with it, and also asks for another body. She says, "That is my father that you are cutting into. You are
I look at her and I
desecrating
say-
my father, and you are asking me to eat him? What kind of monster are you?" And he kind of, he's like, he looks to her and back to the father, back to her, back to the father, and is like, "My apologies, I did not know of your connection to this one." And he pulls the body right beneath it out, and kind of slices a bit of rib meat and offers it. So everybody decide now. You gonna eat
Pascaut.
Geshem?
Pascaut
I'm eating
just
Geshem.
kneels down on the ground and puts his head in his hands.
Okay, so if you're eating Geshem, roll me a sanity roll. If you're eating someone else, roll me a sanity roll. Okay, Geoffrey, roll me 1d4 since you did eat, you said you were eating Geshem, right?
I did.
Okay, so roll me 1d4.
Emmy ate it and liked it.
You know what? I like that. You
Yeah.
find it oddly appealing.
I look right at Nuzhat's eyes as I'm like chewing, and I go, "It tastes sweet," and I swallow.
Talk with your mouth full. Oh, so good, man.
This make a fine stew.
Oh, you gotta try some of this guy.
Yep. Okay, so who else is eating part of Geshem?
I think. Is everyone else avoiding eating part Geshem?
Yeah.
I guess I'm the only one.
Okay,
Yep.
the rest of you make me sanity rolls. Okay, Semolin, you lose 2. Saja, you lose 2. Pascal,
You want me to roll sanity anyway?
He's not eating.
oh, you're not eating? Okay,
No.
then no, you don't have to roll.
No, Pascal is just kneeling on the ground.
I thought we were rolling just from watching him eating.
Nope, it's the act of eating
hold
a
up.
human body.
Hold up. Before we go any further, real quick, who is eating flesh? I am.
I am not.
Oh, Saja,
And
you
Heath
are
is not.
Okay, so,
Okay, real quick, hold on. There's one more person that needs to answer.
Yeah. No.
FICO, are you eating flesh?
Someone will have eaten some of the flesh from one of the other bodies.
okay, yeah,
So it's just me and Similin then.
okay. This, you see, the GM will remember this, but it's in dark red text with blood. At least those of you who didn't eat, you see the keeper will remember this with like blood dripping text. Very well. Those of you who partook, you should have safe passage. To the rest of you, I hope you've made peace. Now, do what you must.
Point us in the right direction, old man.
He points to the north. Or, well, not north necessarily, but north
But
by the perspective of this
North
map.
on the map. Yeah. Let's head in.
Okay. Place yourselves at the bottom. You find yourselves in a wide cavern with a ceiling at least 30 feet tall. The walls are dotted here and there with openings that both create cooling drafts and provide just enough light for you guys to see what lies before you. You're standing in front of a huge cone-shaped pit. The base at your level must be at least 100 feet across, and you cannot see the apex at the bottom from where you are. There's a ramp wide enough for a person to walk down relatively comfortably that's running around the inside of the cone in a counterclockwise downward spiral.
So it's like one of those strip mines that has different tiers that go down,
Yeah. And
essentially.
someone make me an intelligence roll. Okay. Semmelin, take a look at handout, let's see. Handout 2-2.
This looks just like the box.
And you again hear something rattling around inside as you, you pull it out. Like little, like the sound of little, like, figurines almost. Anyways, a quick glance along this ramp confirms that you will not be able to rely on the light from above for more than a few dozen yards.
I feel like we'd still have our torches and stuff out.
Oh yeah, and
Yep.
there's a stone jetty stretching out from where you stand to the center of the pit, like a suspended walkway. At the far end, you see a woman carelessly tossing a couple of skulls over the edge. The second one still connected to the spinal cord by the medulla oblongata. No, that's actually specifically what it says. But
That's awesome.
yeah, Ahura bows his head to you in farewell, and sweeping his right arm to the side, palm open, simultaneously authorizes and then asks you to begin your journey. You're accompanied by one of the cave dwellers. He's naked with pale, hairy skin like the others, and his left shoulder sits higher than the right, forcing him to walk with an awkward gait. Yet his awkwardness does not prevent him from setting a pace that you guys initially have trouble following. He knows the place and cannot see the pit, but given that you guys aren't exactly familiar with this area and it looks like it could be very dangerous topographically, it could be because you're moving a little bit more cautiously.
Okay. Just stick near the wall. We should be fine. Oh, that's our guide. Yeah. Pretty nimble for an old deformed fellow, eh?
Yeah. He looks neither young nor old. He's like right in that middle, like, sweet spot.
All right.
If only he wore a loincloth.
Huh. You can smell the cheese from here.
God.
I'm kidding. That's so gross.
It does not smell as bad as Faraj.
True.
I still love that it says specifically in the book that he smells like cow dung. Like,
Yeah,
they
that's
didn't
pretty
just say,
fucking
like,
hilarious.
oh, he smells unpleasant. Everybody make me a dex roll.
Oh, nuts.
Okay, so, Joffre and Semmelin and Pascaut. You, a flock of small flying creatures bursts out of one of the hollows, startling you. Your guide instinctively steps back, teeters for a moment on the edge of the path, and then plummets down the shaft,
jeez.
Oh God.
His fading scream "Ah!" chills your blood. Perhaps due less to the scream itself than to how long it goes on. Testament to just how deep this pit really is. Now, those of you who failed, you also fall, but managed to grasp the edge of the ramp just in time, and you're left dangling painfully by one hand.
I've gone off the ledge.
So
I scurry to the
Grab
edge
me.
and try to help her.
okay, so you'll make an opposed strength roll against Saja's size.
Okay. What's your size?
50.
Oh,
So
great.
you roll size, and he'll roll dex or strength. Sorry.
Okay. Ooh, let's go.
Okay, so yeah, you easily. And let's see. So Nuzhat
Pull you up
also
my
failed.
side. Careful, little one. Oh, great.
So
I'm gonna be all embarrassed and scoff at him.
are any of you gonna help?
I'm perfectly
Oh,
Pascal will help.
Okay.
capable of fending for
You know
myself.
Yeah.
It
so
sure looked like it.
Strength.
yeah. So just make me.
Nope.
Oh no.
someone.
Oh no.
Okay. So
Can
all
I
of
can I
yeah, you
can
can.
I make another attempt?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Okay. And because she's an NPC, I'm gonna say that you immediately succeed, and the rest of you like start to fall, and you just barely are able to like hold your balance, and it like keeps you teetering for a minute. Now it tells
Look
me
at
to
all
have
of
you
them and
guys
I
make a
say-
sanity roll, but I'm not going to because like I'm just gonna say roleplay wise, imagine that you've lost, like that you've had a very harrowing experience and play it out how your characters might.
Okay. Are you all right? All of you. Gee, are you okay? Jesus Christ! Careful!
Nothing but a skinned knee and a bruised ego.
Why bother call upon your lord's name if you no longer believe him?
He is not my lord. I'm using it in vain.
This whole journey is vain.
We were cursed from the start, brother. And I keep moving forward.
I fear if there are gods, they are trying us all right now.
Yeah, and you guys
Should
can
have eaten
kind
the flesh.
yeah, you guys can all oh yeah, by the way, everybody who didn't eat, all of your rolls are going to be hard from this point on. And if they would already be hard, they'll need to be extreme.
Yeah.
Oh, my roll is always hard.
Jesus.
Fucking hell. So, yeah, you guys can kind of move to the bottom of the stairwell now, because...
Okay.
Doodly-doo.
You ever need to sit here playing Ring Around the Rosie for 30 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. That would be very funny if, sort of, at least for the first, 10 seconds, if I actually did. So, you finally reach the ramp as the ramp levels off, and it simply circles the apex of the cone. In fact, you can see that the true end lies some 30 feet or so farther below. An irregular surface dotted with small, round holes. It might be more aptly described as a circular orifice some 15 feet in diameter, crisscrossed by a web of smooth stone protrusions. The resulting gaps are...
that's a booty hole.
Yeah, exactly. The resulting gaps are just large enough to allow a skull attached to a spinal cord to pass through, but little more. In fact, from where you stand, you can see how the rocky lattice has broken the fall of some of the remains. You spot a skull with the spine still attached, caught on one of the stone spikes, the skull about to fall into one hole, the spine dangling down the next. There must be half a dozen or so human remains trapped here, including another small skull that is rolled to a stop in a corner. And almost at the very center, you see the lifeless body of your cannibalistic guide, caught by the stone veins in an impossible position.
Oof.
A bluish light
So is this
and a cold,
room
gentle
like the-
breeze. Sorry, go ahead.
So is this room like the bottom of a Mortal Kombat stage?
Maybe. As a bluish light and cold, gentle breeze come from beneath the holes. As the characters are you're far too large to fit through the gaps of this grisly sieve, you have no choice but to continue on through a cave that opens in the rock wall. A hollow, about 5 feet high.
Start going.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull my dagger out.
Yep, and I
Grab
will
my
place...
torch in the other hand.
Does that... Oh, whoops, wrong. Let's see if that'll work. No, it does not. That's annoying. I don't know why lighting always is such a pain in the butt, but there we go. That should... Oh, right. Wrong layer. Now. There we go. Place yourselves.
Where exactly?
I will, yeah, right, left. Like, right
Here.
Yeah.
There we go. Boom.
So, the path here, it immediately turns to the left. Then this new path then veers sharply back right, tracing a neat corner before following a curved wall for a few more feet, only to end in another sharp turn to the right. I will, kind of map this out a little more for you. I guess my question is, does anybody want to make me an intelligence roll? Okay. Semlin, you realize
I
that...
think Semlin already realizes, and he's going to look at the top of the box.
There we go. It told... Yeah.
And then look at it, it's like, oh! Grab the nearest person, shake them, show them the top of the box.
Okay.
The box. The symbol on the top. It's the paths we're taking.
We're in a labyrinth.
Yep.
And with that, you guys, I'm going to,
Oh.
because
Nice.
you realized it, and I didn't have to prompt you.
Sick. So, if this is the case, do we have to walk through the entire maze? Is there some place you want us to go in the maze to have an interaction, or can we just
I'm gonna say...
go straight to the
I'm gonna say...
solution?
Move... You can move up to here.
To the middle?
Yeah. And as you're going, everybody make me a listen roll. Okay, Semlin, you got a success.
Yo, I'm deaf.
Yep. Okay. Pascaut. And then... So, Nuzhat doesn't hear anything either. But who was it who
I
succeeded?
did not hear anything.
Someone.
Similin did.
Someone. You hear like animalistic grunts from somewhere nearby, and as you continue, you hear a couple of them in quick succession, along with the sound of approaching footsteps.
Hold on. Something is approaching us.
Oh no, is it the Minotaur?
I draw my sword.
And as you keep going, you guys can keep moving. Yep. Everybody can kind of move. You feel like the agitating breathing of a creature on the other side of the thin walls around you.
Something knows we're here.
And I'm going to require one last listen roll as you make the exit. Okay.
Listen. Oh.
Okay, Joffrey.
And Saja.
Dream success.
You guys
Extreme.
allow me to.
Extreme is short for extra cream.
Trying to check. Yep, so Oops. Which one is it?
Man, I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
So, and let me check their dex. 90. So,
Something new has entered the chat.
even though you spotted them, and they don't get a surprise round, but they still go first. And they're going... The first one is going to go straight for Pascaut. What do you want to do?
So what are they?
Oh yeah, reminds me. Everybody roll me a sanity roll. As these hunched canine-like... They have like canine faces. They're hunched over. But like they're sort of like humanoid. Okay, so Saja, you only lose 1. Those who fail, roll me 1d6. And lose that many sanity. Joffrey, okay. Pascal, you're gonna suffer another bout of madness. Roll me a
I just
d10.
assume they're deformed hyenas or something.
Yeah. Yep, so, you roll the 10. You're gonna gain a mania. So, roll me a... Let's see. I'm gonna try and find something that's, I need to find a mania that is fitting here.
WrestleMania.
That would be funny. I'm gonna say, What would be really funny? Thanatomania. There we go. Or actually, either Thanatomania or your Titilomaniac. Choose one. One means that Thanatomania is the belief that you're cursed by death magic. A Titilomaniac is someone who has a compulsion for scratching themselves.
Oh.
Go with the scratching.
Okay.
Yes.
So, anytime that you're...
Thematic.
Any action that doesn't involve engaging in your mania is going to mean that you have to... let me just make sure I have it right. Oh yeah, so... if you're not engaging with your obsession in some manner, you will roll everything with a penalty dice. Now,
Okay.
this thing is going to attack you. Okay. Do you want to dodge or fight back?
Fight back.
Okay. You're going to need a critical success. You fail.
Oh no.
Take 10 damage.
Doesn't he actually take... Oh, never mind.
Oh yeah, wait. Do you have your armor on?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so subtract 1 from that then.
Okay. Armor value is 2. Would it still be?
Oh yeah, so take 8.
Okay, 8 damage.
Yeah, and then yeah.
And that's gonna be a major wound.
Yeah, you were already majorly wounded from before, but we're gonna count. But we decided to not count that. So yeah, that's a major wound. Roll me a Constitution.
Okay.
You fall unconscious. Yeah. And, let's see. Semmelin, you did engage with, the eating of the...
Yep.
It was Saja who didn't.
Yeah.
This one's coming after you. Do you want to try and dodge, or do you want to try and fight back? Or neither?
I think I gotta dodge.
Okay. That's gonna be... only 3 damage. But, try and dodge, you just need to get a success. Hard success, you dodge.
Let's go.
Nice.
Then this one is, let's see. It's gonna come after you because it senses that, it can tell that, Pascaut was unconscious. And you can dodge, but you'll have a penalty dice since you already dodged this, this initiative. And it fails.
Nice.
Joffrey, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna see the dog thing on top of Pascaut, and I'm gonna scream out to Pascaut. I'm gonna say, Pascaut, no! And I'm gonna try and stab this fucking thing.
Okay, it's going to try and fight back.
Alright.
Okay, it needs to get a hard success. Probably not. Yeah, so you do 7 damage. Tell me, how do you hit this thing?
I think it's gonna be a sweeping strike to try and, I don't know, in my mind I kind of picture this thing like on top of his chest, basically standing on his chest.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and sweep it from right to left to try and knock
Okay.
it off of Pascaut's body.
You feel like some sort of resistance. Like, this thing has a tough hide. It's almost as tough as, like, chainmail.
Holy shit.
But you do a good bit of damage, and this thing, like, hisses at you, but it doesn't make to attack you. It doesn't look like it's aggressive towards you. It looks more defensive. Okay, Saja, what do you want to do?
Let's see, what do I want to do? I don't know, I'm not really much of a fighter, but I guess I gotta try to fight one of these.
You can also do a dex roll to try and disengage.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that then,
Okay.
and
Okay, yeah, make me a...
if possible, can I... Let's see if I make the dex roll first.
And remember, you can't push combat rolls. But you do make it. So what do you want to do?
Nice.
I want to get over to, is it Pascal that's passed out?
Yeah.
And can I make some kind of medical...
He is not dying yet, so no.
No.
He's just knocked
Can I-
out.
Can I wake him up, revive him from...
No.
You knocked out?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
You don't got no smelling salts.
I'm just going to get behind someone who's armed with a sword and knows what they're doing.
Okay, the only one who's up is gonna be Joffrey.
Yeah.
Pascal,
And
you don't do anything.
And I'm kind of kneeling over Pascal's body right now.
Nuzhat is going to kind of follow your lead. And, but misses, and this thing doesn't fight back. Semolin, what do you want to do?
Are there any rocks on the ground?
Roll me luck.
Well,
No.
Oh.
No.
Shit.
well, someone's going to wave the torch at one of them.
They seem
Or
They look at you with disinterest, looking past you.
I think that's all he's going to do.
Okay, this ghoul is going to... It takes Pascal's unconscious body and runs off and almost disappears into the walls.
Oh god.
Pascal,
Oh no.
I'm going to give you control of Nuzhat.
Oh no, Pascal's dead.
I warned you.
You should have eaten the flesh, you idiot. No, I'm just kidding.
The Lord can still save him.
Yeah, the Lord has saved his soul.
And then
What happened to Mordulak, man?
these two,
That's the Mord-
to be fair, it did say, I did warn you. These two are going to go after Saja.
He got more than he Jalak for.
Do you want to try and
Hold on.
dodge?
Yeah, I'm gonna dodge.
Okay, you just need to succeed. Do you want to spend luck?
Yes.
Okay, spend one luck, you dodge it. Then the other one is gonna go. Okay, do you want to make me another dodge? This will be with a penalty. Okay, you take 2 damage. And you feel the wound start to get inflamed as these creatures disappear into the walls, as if they've left this realm of existence.
It burns.
Like my gonorrhea.
Oh God. I'm gonna look at the.
It's called the clap.
Let's see, which one is...
Nice. I'm gonna look at the wall that Pascaut just got pulled through, and I'm gonna be like, "Look what his god did for him."
There we go. That's
So,
good.
geez, you're really gonna be in shambles now.
If I didn't believe that there wasn't a god when I had my mental breakdown, I definitely don't believe there's a god now that I just saw Pascaut get pulled into a fucking wall.
That creature. They took him.
Well, we were warned there were other guardians.
And you guys happen to bring a little piece of man flesh with you, did you?
Someone make me an intelligence roll.
Nuzhat? Does she want to make an intelligence roll?
Oh, let me see. Let's see.
Semolin?
I don't have an
so-
intelligence.
Someone already rolled.
Alright, so a question.
It's syntax error.
If I were to chop off a piece of my own flesh,
I would allow it.
technically it would
Holy
be
shit.
dead.
Yeah, you would have to, you'd take 1 damage, but,
I'm gonna say I lop off my pinky finger,
okay,
the tip of it, and I.
hardcore.
That is hardcore. Holy shit.
Now I'm down to only 4 hit points.
But I am going to say that you're going to receive a bonus die to all rolls for the rest of the scenario.
Fuck yeah, that was awesome. Hold up, Simlin, what's your hit points at? Are you full?
Miraculously am still at 11.
Dude, I'm full too. How have we not been? I mean, I know how we've not been touched down here, but beforehand we got real lucky.
So,
I mean, I have not had any weapons, so I've not been engaging in the combat.
Just been throwing rocks.
the only way to win is not to play.
Facts.
So, you guys can move up to
Let's
here,
make
Yeah, let's go.
a sacrifice to continue.
and you are no longer poisoned as you consume your own flesh.
Hardcore.
The exit from the labyrinth, bored through a massive stone column that soars up and out of sight, opens onto a dark valley bathed in a ghostly light, like that of a full moon. It is very cold. The ground is carpeted in decaying leaf litter crawling with large earthworms. The valley bristles with dead and dying trees. No animal sounds can be heard. Allow me to... Everything is suffused in a slight, cold, bluish mist that makes it hard to see far away and impossible to tell whether you are walking under a rock ceiling or a sky. And the stink is overwhelming, as if all the flesh Morgellac's guardians had ever gathered were rotting there in the moist and fetid gloom. Before you is the place where all the remains of corpses tossed down by the inhabitants of the tunnels under the dakhma fall. The pile of skulls and spinal cords is as tall as a multi-storied building. Not that you guys would know what that means. More creatures, like the ones you encountered in the labyrinth, are milling about the sides of the pile, trying to gnaw at the flesh still clinging to the remains. But they quickly scurry away. Some on all fours, others walking upright, scared off by the character's presence. And by characters, I mean you. Meanwhile, another swarm of figures, heads bowed, busily picks over the pile, selecting choice bits and pieces before leaving, one by one, to fall into line in a procession that resembles ants streaming from an anthill, to carry the bones off toward the horizon. They are the bearers of Morgellac's realm. They seem to be humanoid in size and appearance, though their ochre-colored robes cover their faces and limbs. They are not communicating verbally and make no sound. there's something insect-like about them, and their tendons seem to jut out from their skin. Do you guys want to... What do you guys want to do?
Follow them.
Okay. And as you follow them, you notice that their arms seem to bend in two places, not just at the elbows. There's a virtual army of these beings, laboring to take the human remains from the bottom of the pile, tossed into the pit, and carry them into the cave that you're rapidly approaching. They are accompanied by a gentle breeze blowing in the same direction, as if they were ships driven by the wind. Some of the bearers' bodies are incomplete. One of them lacks legs and is dragging itself along with one arm while clasping a skull to its torso with the other. Another lacks an arm and is holding an actual corpse arm with its one remaining arm.
It's like that scene in Saving Private Ryan.
Yep. As you get closer, you can actually see that some of them have been reconstructed from body parts, with a foot where their hand should be, or a face in the middle of their chest. As you follow them, you find yourselves on a path beaten into the earth by their constant passage. The path is flanked by dry trees with twisted branches, insects, and other giant animals. Frogs, scorpions, prowling snakes, and centipedes. At one point, you see a bearer who's fallen by the side being slowly devoured by 3 centipedes. One crawls out from behind the eye and is just dislodged from its socket. Make me sanity rolls. And Nuzhat, you don't have to because your character was not given a sanity because they were an NPC. Okay.
Yep.
Sasha... Oh yeah, I guess... Yeah, Sasha, you lose 2. Semmelin and Joffrey, you lose 1d6 plus 1. Semmelin, you lose 4. Joffrey, you lose...
Well,
oh wait.
that's 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah,
And
at least 4.
I am now...
Oh, you're definitely saying now?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna say that, yeah, roll me a d10 and we'll decide what your madness is. Because... Okay, 5, let's see if it's anything good. Ideology beliefs. You manifest one of whatever your beliefs are you can choose in an absolutely extreme, crazed, and demonstrative manner. If it was real time, it would be significant person, but you guys don't have them because you're one-off PCs.
I'm gonna say that someone is going to literally do anything to gain knowledge.
Okay.
So any inhibitions that he might have had about anything before are completely gone.
Okay. Now, you guys continue walking through a strange forest, for a lack of a better word, made of gnarled stalagmites. At first glance, they look like lava formations, but there's also something organic about them. The rock spires grow increasingly tall and elaborate, until they loom over the characters. Speaking of that, Semmelin, realizing your quest for knowledge, you realize there's one thing you haven't explored. That sound of jingling figurines inside the Restoration Codex box.
Inside the box?
Yes.
I'm going to take a peek inside the box.
Okay, you break it open, and here's what you find. Three clay figurines. They're about 1.5 inches tall, made from metal cores wrapped in clay, bits of parchment, and sturdy cloth. One appears to be a man, the other appears to be a woman, and the last one appears to be a child. Now, we resume. The rock spires grow increasingly tall and elaborate until they loom over you. Soon, they begin to close in on each other, creating a sort of cave or corridor. As you move deeper, the stalagmites begin to intermingle with stalactites of a similar shape and texture, forming an intricate pattern in which your brains think they sense a hint of intentionality. These are not randomly occurring structures. The ambient temperature is constantly changing, rising or falling by tens of degrees in the space of just 15 or 20 feet, sending chills down your spines and giving you headaches. Everybody roll me a Constitution roll. Okay, Saja and Nuzhat, roll again. And if you fail a second time, okay, none of you do. After a few minutes, you emerge from the corridor, and you finally see the end of the bearer's path. Another pile of bones on the side of a sort of stony hill. This new pile creates a ramp leading up to a hollow in the rock. Inside, despite the fiendishly complex structure of columns, here too, the stalactites and stalagmites have fused together. The passageway through is surprisingly straight and smooth. You find yourselves having to duck here and there, or perhaps climb up the occasional natural step, but there's nothing a human being cannot handle. The air is getting thicker and dirtier, like that of a room that has been closed for too long. You can almost feel the dust motes lodging in your throats as you breathe. Until you arrive in the chamber. The structure's organic nature has become increasingly obvious. The dark grooves that formerly ran through the stone seem to bulge out of it, with smoother lines reminiscent of the tendons that stood out on the bearer's indescribable arms, studded here and there with white globules as big as fists that call to mind the fungi covering the bark of some trees. And although never when you are looking straight at them, whenever you catch a glimpse of one of those globules out of the corner of your eyes, you could swear it was gently pulsating. For several minutes now, the temperature has only been rising. Beads of sweat stand out on your temples, and your underarms grow damp. Suddenly, you see the largest globule that you've encountered so far. It's placenta-like, and nearly 6 feet in diameter. The outer walls are so thin that the light passes through them. Outlined against the light, you can make out a monstrous fetus, a gigantic, ochre-colored worm, its body covered in pale, whip-like tendrils, perhaps tentacles, groping for food, perhaps a tangle of remoras devouring or simply accompanying it. It begins, regardless, it's also feeding. It begins to emerge before your eyes, absorbing the tissue of its own amniotic sac. Just as you realize what's happening, the sac begins to split open. A stream of fetid, blackish water jets out through that first tear, hitting the ground with a sickening splatter. You watch, transfixed, as small, elongated insects crawl out of the stain and scuttle away on dozens of sets of legs, their bodies jerking and wiggling as if their heads and hindquarters were trying to move in different directions. Until at last, Morjalak himself falls out. He hits the ground with a sharp, wet plop, and he is alive. Another cycle has begun. And the box that you are carrying, though it was broken, it opens. You have just witnessed the birth of a god. Roll me sanity. Those who passed, roll me 1d10. Those who failed, roll me 2d10. Okay.
This creature, it is real.
Saja and Joffrey lose 17 and 12 sanity Joffrey and Saja lose 17 and 12 sanity respectively. Semmelin lose 8. The worm, currently somewhat smaller than a fully grown human, is writhing on the ground in a puddle of its own amniotic fluids, but before your eyes it starts to evolve, its body rolling over on itself and racked by spasms, some so violent you're forced to take an involuntary step backwards. With each new contortion, its body seems to grow, as if it were unfolding from a place beyond where you can see.
I went insane, by the way.
Oh yeah, I figured. As if it had been folded into another dimension or were dragging part of its body out from one. It lumbers, surprisingly quickly, toward an opening in the wall, little bigger than the worm itself. Once it's removed its bulk from the spot where it had fallen, you notice several worms and a moth that had been crushed by its fall. Almost immediately, the moth unfolds its wings and flutters away, and the worms, suddenly plump and alive again, start to wriggle. It has disappeared. What do you do?
Joffrey is going to say, "My new god," and follow it.
Okay. What do the rest of you do?
We still haven't given it the box.
Okay. So you all following it?
Yes.
Outside,
I guess we are.
you see that Morgellak is suddenly at least twice as large as he was just seconds ago. Both of you have emerged onto a ledge made of smooth, tightly packed black earth that juts out of the mountainside near the top. From where you stand, you can see the valley, the path you followed, and the procession of bearers stretching from one bone pile to the other. In the middle of this sort of balcony is a young pomegranate tree, no more than chest high on you. Its branches bare save for a few humble green shoots here and there. Do you want to offer Morgellak the box?
Yes.
Okay. You approach him, overcoming your repugnance at the stench and the sight of the bulbous mass of his body with its translucent black skin. Through it, you can see pulsating veins carrying a purplish fluid and fleshy bulges that continually change shape, size, and position. Upon recognizing the box, the worm moves, revealing where his body has been an engraving of 3 concentric circles, each with a hole.
Ah. The figurines go in the holes.
Which one goes in which, though?
Well, give me a second to look at the handouts. That is a fantastic question.
Roll. Do you want me to give... I can give you an ID roll, because the answer came a little earlier. You may not have grasped it.
Oh. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is it related to the dakhma?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, the 3 layers.
So the man comes first, the woman comes second, and the child comes third.
Yes. And suddenly, the image of this group of investigators begins to blur. like a monitor when the voltage dips. The camera zooms out, revealing what is indeed a monitor. Several monitors, along with computer operators busily typing away and checking outputs on additional screens. The silence is occasionally broken by seemingly unrelated sentences, in a language you would not recognize, though it might remind you of what you call Anglo-Norman. Probability of success? 50%. What do we know about the mother? Phase 3. She hasn't changed. There's time. Plan B all set? The box and team are in position. And that is where we end Chapter 4.
Holy shit, Abstergo's been watching us this whole time. That's an Assassin's Creed reference.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you didn't,
Oh
if
yeah,
you didn't
yeah,
catch
I got it. Hell yeah.
Yes,
That's
this
cool.
really is reminding me of Assassin's Creed, that ending.
Yeah,
Cool.
dude. I mean, even the setup when we were in the modern era and we found all those computers set up in that fucking airplane hangar, and then we started seeing fucking weird shit on those monitors that now we know is shit from the past. Basically, I think.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Dude, this
one
man.
This was a good chapter.
Pascaut.
Yeah.
Pascaut, no.
Yeah, this was really good.
So what is Pascal's fate?
He
What
got
happens to him
dragged.
after-
He got dragged into the Dreamlands by a ghoul.
Does
One
he
of
just
his
die
gone.
at that point, or does he wake up in the Dreamlands? And...
Oh, he dies and gets eaten.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's gone, man.
I gotta say, the
Fuck.
two of you guys, like, you really got into your characters, and it was.
Oh yeah, that was.
I
Yeah,
loved
no,
it.
You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I felt
man.
like my character was kind of hard for me to grasp, so I'm definitely glad you guys were able to get into yours so well and
It was
kind
almost
of keep
like
us going.
a perfect story within that story. You know,
Yep.
Pascal's like super devout, and Joffrey is like, maybe. And then Joffrey completely breaks and is like, no, this is not it. Pascal's like, no, you just have to have faith. And then Pascal dies a horrible death.
Dude, so
Yeah.
good,
further
bro.
cementing Joffrey's descent into
Fucking in
faithless
disbelief.
madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think he's maybe found a new faith.
Yeah, and by the end, he's like, the worm. I have to worship the worm.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, my new god, bro.
And we don't even know
Fuck.
what exactly happened after
No,
Semmelin
yeah.
realized what he needed to do. Was he successful? Did he fail? We'll find out in
Did
chapter
he have
5.
Butterfingers?
Yeah, we'll find out in chapter 5.
Yeah.
I am gonna say that
man.
I'm not gonna be available next Saturday.
Oh, that's fine.
Me either.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see one of my cousins. So
I'm going to a wedding.
Yep, that's perfectly
Nah.
fine. It'll give me more time to prep chapter 5 because I haven't even read it.
yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep, that was a jolt into the
Yeah,
past
yeah.
and back. Now you guys know a little bit about the cycle. And it was about
Fuck.
723 years ago.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Which
I wonder if that was planned exactly to line up with 2026.
huh. Good point.
I wonder.
Strange.
Man. Yeah, I'm
But-
still reeling.
Yeah, that was amazingly played. And I will note that they did release some source material for a scenario that takes place around the same place and same time with different characters that isn't related to... I mean, it's related to the stuff that happened in this... or the stuff, like, the content in this campaign, but it does not relate to the events of the campaign.
Right.
But it's so scant in terms of, like, what it actually has in it. Like, there's no maps or anything like that, that I would not be able to run it as it stands.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a preview, but I'm looking forward to chapter 5 because I don't even know what happens in chapter 5 because I haven't read it yet. So I'll be spending the next 2 weeks making sure that all of that is prepped, and you'll be returning to your familiar modern era characters with a new sense of appreciation for the Restoration Codex, for the cycle of Shub-Niggurath.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that video that I posted. What would it be like to be Shub-Niggurath? It is hilarious.
It was good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I need to go back and watch that.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I
Me
posted
too.
it in general.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm definitely going to over the next week. But I'm glad
It's
that you guys
short.
enjoyed
It's
this
only
one.
like 8 minutes long.
I was looking forward to this particular scenario, like this particular chapter, the entire time. It was taking me so much restraint to not be like, yo, you guys are gonna get to go back to the Crusade-era of fucking Jerusalem.
Man, you know what? I understand Dreamer leaving for the reason that he did, but I kind of wish he had seen this part. I think he would have really liked this part of the campaign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for this chapter. We only have 2 more chapters to go.
Fuck yeah.
So
I can't wait.
Hope you guys are enjoying the story as it goes deeper into the lore. The lore.
Yeah, it's good. You just gotta get into the lore.
Yep.
All right. I'll see you boys in 2 weeks.
Yep. See y'all in
Yep.
2 weeks.
Yep.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good one.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Later.